Welcome to day 2 of 90 Day Challenge to grow a podcast business making $100,000 within the next 90 days. And this is day 2. I'm so excited, so happy, and it's so important to understand that you just have to show up, and as you're showing up, you have to have a plan behind everything that you're doing because it's not going to go as planned. Nonetheless, when you do have a plan, when you are showing up, when you are being consistent, major things can come, major outcomes can come. So we're going to go live on the rest of the platforms. We're going live. This is day 2 challenge of streaming, of showing up behind the scenes of what it's going to take to build a profitable podcast business within the next 90 days. And we on day 2, and we're just getting started. And oh, look at that! I just got a notification. It say, "Podcast Coaches Live, Day 2 of 90 Day Challenge to grow a podcast business," and it's going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. And for those of you that's watching, let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know where you're chiming in from. It's so important. I want to build a community around not only just business, but to show that you can do what you are putting your mind to. But you just have to know that it is possible. And you have to have undeniable belief that you can do it. Because I have undeniable belief that I can do it as well. So let's get it started. What I'm going to do... Oh. Grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. What I'm going to do right now is going to really go over a recap over yesterday, over day 1 of 90 Day Challenge to make to grow a podcast business, making $100,000. And I'm going to go in, not necessarily in depth, but I'm going to recap everything that went over yesterday. So that way we can get back on the same page, we can get in the groove of it, and we can actually see the process of it. And most importantly, we got to post. We have to post recaps from yesterday. And let me share my screen because this is so important. I don't know if it downloaded yesterday. I added it, but hold on. Yup, it downloaded. So this is my okay. Let's recap right quick. So yesterday, hold on. Let me get my notebook out. There we go. All right, so yesterday we went over a few things. Hold on. Oh, dang, I didn't write everything that I wrote down. Oh, okay. There we go. Right here. So, now, most importantly, just label everything so you can find everything that you need. Label. Key takeaway. Label so you can find and go back to what you've already done, what you already completed, and how it went. So we're doing a recap. Yesterday we went over what inspired me to do this 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business, making $100,000. It was a streamer named Casanat, and he did an event, or he hosted a type of gathering where a lot of streamers came and started streaming, get around communities, and really start growing their platform, their Twitch account, and so on and so forth. And the guy agent is a part of the group of the AMP with Casanat, and there's like a group of them that's doing streaming. And the guy that really caught my attention was the one talking about business, was the one talking about his numbers, what he's making from it, and how he's going about growing not only just his account, but everything that he's doing. And it caught my interest because I'm like, man, I want to talk about business. I enjoy business. I don't want to talk about how to get girls or how to do all that. I ain't on that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. On the contrary, I enjoy talking about business. Like my content, I want this to be a business channel. I want to focus on business. So I'm going behind the scenes of showing the what it's going to take to build a podcast business, and I'm starting from zero to build a $100,000 podcast business within the next 90 days. And as you see, agent he also proceeded to say that let me come right here so I can see it a little bit better. Business style of streaming, he went more in depth with that. And then 2 people, Wesley. Oh, I talked about the one of my clients that I recently was able to work with. His name was Wesley. And I explained the importance of mentorship. Like, what is mentorship? Mentorship is helping one person get to the next step, based off the person who's already mentoring the person, or who's mentoring and guiding the person, based off their experience, their knowledge, and their education, and you're getting to the next step, because one person has more knowledge, experience, and time than the other person, and the next person, the mentee, is closing the gap when he's able to learn. He or she able to learn from a mentor and other people. So, and then we talking about omnipresence. In the video with Agent, he was talking about omnipresence. Omnipresence is being everywhere. I reference how Jesus Christ was everywhere. I literally went to church one time, and I just sat there in the audience, and I literally thought about, like, I wonder how many languages the Bible has. And I just happened to look it up, and I'm like, this is a lot of language. I went on the Bible app, went to the language app, and I just scrolled. I didn't even count how many languages it was. I just scrolled. It was a lot of languages. I'll look that up in a second. Nonetheless, when you're everywhere, you're able to meet the people where they are at. Being omnipresent, you're able to meet people where they are at, and the people that's meeting you where they are at are able to connect with you, learn from you, and really be around you even more, because you understand their language. And the next thing that we talked about, omnipresence, yep. And then I shared how when I first did my 90-day challenge back in September of 2024, I did the challenge, and I had problems of accepting payments. The payment wasn't going through, and this one client that was interested in the challenge, she wanted to join the challenge, but in all honesty, I'm like, man, I can't. I have no idea how to fix it, how to upgrade it, how to update it, and it got overwhelming, because I didn't fully understand how to fix the errors. And then what I recognized is that I didn't necessarily need to know how to. I can just reach out to customer service. And so now that I'm more aware, if I'm paying for the software, if I'm paying for the system, I'm paying for something, and if I have issues with the software system or anything that I don't understand, I can literally reach out to customer service. They might get back to me within 24 hours. And as they're getting with me 24 hours, I'm able to see, and they're able to help me even more. That was a major lesson. That was a great lesson. Oh my God, that was a great lesson. And I referenced the iPhone. When I first started, it had the button. Now I just got the swipe where you can just swipe up. And you have to start with what you have. The whole point of me sharing the iPhone, that picture of the iPhone, is that you have to start with what you have. When you are starting with what you have, you are able to grow, develop, and become more than you ever imagined, because you're positioning yourself different. You don't need all the tools. You don't need all the equipment. You don't even need all the money. You just need to start with what you have, and over time you will get better. You will improve, and you will develop even more. So the next thing that we talked about, I think this is the last thing that we talked about was the email list. If you're going to have a business, if you're going to grow a business, if you're going to make a business, if you're going to make money from business, you have to have an email list. You have to have a way to contact your customers. You have to have a way to stay in communication with your customers. Yes, the social media platforms are great. They're phenomenal. You can stay in the top of minds of your customers. However, the amount of views that you have, the amount of followers that you have, is not your data. It's not your information. It's not nothing that's going to help your business. It's going to help just bring more awareness to it. And what I had trouble with for quite some time was just understanding, like, man, what if I get 100 views on a particular video? In fact, I just recently got 100 views or 100 likes on on my most recent video, but that doesn't turn into money, right? Likes, views, reposts, shares, I'm grateful for them. I'm appreciative of them, but if I want to grow a business, I have to learn how to convert, or how to turn the views into sales, into money, into customers, and so on and so forth. So you have to have an email list. You have to have a way that you're going to communicate with your customers, and you have to have a way that you're going to follow up with them. Email list is a form of communication. This is what we went over day 1 of 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business of making $100,000 in 90 days. Emails, I even reference emails from JCPenney, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, and any big corporation that's out there. They literally get your name, get your number, get your email, and they start sending updates to you every single day, every single time. And they do it so often, it happens to be It could be overwhelming, but it just all depends. Then business communication. Social media is a business communication. You have to be willing to communicate with people that you don't know. Social media gives you the powers to stay in communication with others. I learned this lesson in school. It said emails help communicate more. Hold on, emails help communicate more. So when a message is sent out, it's received, and once it's received, the sender sends a message so the receiver can send a message and so on and so forth. So you can stay in communication with your customers. And the last thing we covered was the world, was narrowing down your search, the type of business you want to have. Like if you're looking to serve 8 billion people, you're serving no one, because 8 billion people in this world cannot be served. On the contrary, what if you just have 10%, even 1% of 8 billion? That is, let me see. Oh no, I put a screenshot. Calculator. 8 billion, 1, 2, 3 thousand million billion. Okay. Divide, times 0.01. Let's say 1%. That's 80 million people. That's still a lot of people. God, that's still 8. That's a lot of people. What if you just find and narrow the type of people that you want to serve, because you can't serve everybody, but you can serve a group of people. My audience is podcasters who are already established, podcasters who are thought leaders, podcasters who struggle with being consistent. Because if they struggle with being consistent, that means they have to edit, they have to post, they have to edit, post, and stay consistent with their podcast. My customers are podcasters because they understand the language, and the reason why is because I help them stay consistent. I know who my customers are. It took me a while to understand who my customers are. Nonetheless, I understand why they are my customers, because I'm a podcaster myself and I understand the challenges. And I was able to ask different podcasters, like, what challenges are you facing at this moment? Like, why are you facing the challenges that you're going through? So I'm able to ask the question. I'm able to pique the interest. I'm able to really get a feel for if I have the right business, or if I have the right idea, if I'm helping the right person. And the last thing that we did was location local. So your $100 can go a lot further to the people that's around you, because the people that's around you, you're able to spend to get attention, but the attention that you're getting is a lot closer to you. It's not as difficult as it sounds. However, it'll help you save so much more time. We're going to be covering that. So this is, let me make sure that's the last one. Yep, that is the last one. That was day 2 recap. Let me come back to the camera. That was day 2 recap. And in addition to that, I went live and I streamed for almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 52 minutes. 3 hours and 52 minutes is a long time to be streaming, to be showing content, to be showing behind the scenes, and so on and so forth. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I was getting to it. Excuse me. I was getting to it. You got to get to it if you want to make a difference. Let me know in the comments if y'all can hear me. Just want to make sure that my audio is good, so that way y'all can hear me, y'all can see me, y'all can feel the energy, and we can get it started. We about to get it started up in here, because it's going to help us not only know and learn more about what we're doing, but it's going to position us differently. We have to position ourselves differently. And so what we're going to do today, to give a breakdown of what we're going to do today, we're going to build from day 1. Day 1 was just laying the foundation of everything. I'm updating my website / funnels. Funnels are a way where you can turn the attention to potential customers, potential payments, and so on and so forth. So I'm finishing setting this up so that way I can start showing the behind the scenes of what it's going to take for me to get customers there, what I'm going to be doing. And as we're going to do that, I'm going to go on. There's a website called Notion. Excuse me. There's a website called Notion, and I'm going to create a 90-day challenge tracker or planner, so that way every day I can update it and we can go over what we went over yesterday, kind of like the recap, but we can see in the notes and we can stay up to date. Because when 90 days come, and trust and believe me, 90 days will come, it's going to be a lot. And I'd rather try to stay up to date rather than trying to figure out what I did on day one when day 45 came. Trust me, I've done it before. It was brutal. It was brutal. So that's what today's plan is. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a checklist to show you everything that we're going to be doing. So that way we're building on top of one another. And for us to get to $100,000 of having a podcast business, it has to be a way of doing things. And the idea has to continue to grow, flourish, and develop within itself. So we're going to get started. Let me check my phone right quick. Okay. Alrighty, let's go. Alright, so first things first, what we're going to do, we're going to post. I posted 7 videos yesterday. As a matter of fact, rather than me trying to guess, let's open up the data. Let's take a look at it. So, God dog, my nose itching. So if I go to calendar, let me know in the comments if y'all can see what I'm showing on camera. If I go to calendar, yesterday's day was the 27th of May, and I posted over 50 different. I didn't post exactly 50, but as you can see, you got Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, and so on and so forth. You have all these different platforms that I'm posting to, and it was a total of 50. So if I post 7 to 8 times a day, I'll be straight, because I'll be able to be consistent. I'll be able to show up more, and people will start to see me more, even better. So this is one way I'm going to bring in more attention. I'm going to bring in more customers. Content is a long-term play. Let me come back to the camera. Content is a long-term play because you have to be willing to be consistent, and as you're being consistent, you have to have more awareness, you have to have patience, and you have to continue to show up. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I just know that as I'm posting across social media platforms, over time, it will start to make sense, and people start to see what I have to offer, what I have to bring to them, and how I can serve them. Not only be more consistent with their podcast, but to really remove the stress from them while having to deal with their podcast. This is what the stress looks like. You have to literally go behind the scenes and do the work. So we're on Social Pilot. Let me come back. Where we at? We on Social Pilot. There we go. Alright, so I posted a total of 50 videos yesterday, which is good. My most amount of videos that I posted was, I think it said 43. Let me make sure. Yeah. Around that. Cause when I was working with one of my team members during that time, her name was Ramesh. Great, she was great to work with, and she was posting all this stuff. And then I didn't know that in order to have a business, you have to have revenue coming in so you can continue to pay your team, your systems, and everything. So it was a lot. So I had to be like, hey, listen, Ramesh, I appreciate it, but the money ain't coming in to fund you. I don't want to just have you do it for free and I can't pay you. So, great lesson. Now I know. Hold on, let me come back to the screen. Now I know if I want to have a business, if I want to grow a business, I have to make the revenue to pay the team members, to pay the systems, to pay the operations, and so on and so forth. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's get it. What we're about to do now, we're about to, the video is already uploaded from yesterday in this video right here. This is the one that I did yesterday. Yesterday I did this and it's already uploaded. It has over 56 different clips. And this is great. This is phenomenal. What this is going to do is going to position me differently because I can just pick and post, pick and post, pick and post, pick and post. And then I'm going to YouTube, create the thumbnails, and I'm going to update my YouTube as well. So we're getting busy. We get busy today. I can't hear it. Because yes, people might not watch it right now, but people. Let me see. Don't start there. Because yes, people might not watch it right now, but people are looking for your information. People are looking for you. People are looking for your knowledge and your wisdom. When you especially have a podcast around your growth, your development, your learning, what you learn, what you discover, why you got the business, the goal behind it, people are going to follow you, bro. Don't start there. Because yes, people might not watch it right now, but people are looking for your. Alright, so what I'm about to do now, I'm about to post. I'm about to post. I'm about to post. I'm about to post. About to post. There we go. Oh. Upload. There we go. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I'm about to post these videos, about to show the behind the scene of what it's going to take to really be consistent. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. Dang, I put the wrong one. That's cool. Don't start there because yes, people might not watch. Yes, people might not watch. People might not. People. People. People might not. People might not watch. People might not watch. People might not watch it right now, but people are looking for your information. People are looking for you. People are looking for your knowledge and your wisdom. When you especially have a podcast around your growth, your development, your learning, what you learn, what you discover, why you got the business, the goal behind it, people are going to follow you, bro. There we go. There we go. Oh, I didn't even do my recap video, but I'm gonna do that after I post. I'm gonna post 3 right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going while they upload. Come back to the screen. Alright, so I didn't do my recap video from yesterday. About to do it there. Alright, let's go. Alright, my goal is to keep it under 59 seconds. Day 2 recap of 90-day challenge to grow a 90. Oh, I forgot what I was about to say. Day 2 recap of 90-day challenge to grow a podcast business to make $100,000 in the next 90 days. And to recap the lessons from yesterday is that you have to build on top of the previous day. The reason why this is so important is because the more you grow, the more you develop, you have to track everything that you're doing so you don't miss the lessons, so that you don't miss and go back and do the same thing. You're building on top of every day. Every day has to be built upon because every day is the growing phase of your next part of your journey. So this is so incredible because I recently did this and now I'm doing it again, but now I'm more focused on how to do it as a do it more often or something like that. Let me see. And there we go. 46 seconds. Okay. I'm doing this live, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be good. And I'm not editing it. So I'm just gonna upload it and I'm just gonna post it. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if it's perfect. It does not have to be perfect. You just have to put it out there so often that people are gonna see you, that they get tired of, not just get tired of you, they start to remember that you are showing up daily. You have to show up daily. You have to show up daily. Because you position yourself differently. So now, let me see if I can share my screen and show you what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Don't start that because yes, people might not watch it right now. Watch it right now. People, yes. People might not watch it right now, but people are looking for your information. People are looking for your knowledge and your wisdom. When you especially have a podcast around your growth, your development, your learning, what you learn, what you discover, why you got into business, the goal behind it, people are going to follow you, bro. Oh. Okay, let's see. People might not watch it right now, but people are looking for your information. People are looking for you. People are looking for your knowledge and your wisdom. When you especially have a podcast around your growth, your development, your learning, what you learn, what you discover, why you got into business, the goal behind it, people are going to follow you, bro. All right. Let me know if y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me know if y'all can see what I'm doing. This is the born work. It has to be done. It has to be done or it has to be done. Okay. Until I build a team, I am my team. However, I have a way, like all this is already created. Like all the training and stuff behind this is already created. So that way, like whenever I start getting team members and they start working with me, they can just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So if you're looking to work with an established podcaster and you're having trouble with getting your feet off the ground and getting started with your own podcast, shoot me a message, shoot me a DM, and we will be more than willing to see how we can partner together, how we can help you, and not only along your journey, but help you learn more about what you're doing. Send me a message, send me a DM, because one thing that I've learned is that when you do it as a community, when you do it together, you grow faster. Especially when you're learning from somebody that's actually doing what you're trying to do. So if you're looking to get into podcasts and looking to grow and develop your platform, let me know. Shoot out to me, shoot me a message, and I look forward to working with you. Look forward to speaking with you. Look forward to seeing how we can partner with you. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm posting. I'm about to post 4 different videos right now. And yep, I'm about to post right now. Post right now. Oh, there we go. All but one. All but one. Let's do 10. Remove that one. Okay, that one's posted. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Alright, so yesterday Psycho Hunter was on. Shout out to you if you on right now, bro. I'm not looking at the chat right now, I'm just posting. And yeah, bro, you really inspired the conversation because like it was more so of me knowing that you can talk about anything that you want to talk about. You can create the content around what you desire. It doesn't have to just be one particular thing. It doesn't have to be just one particular thing. Alright. Okay. While that loads, I'm gonna come back to the screen. Okay. And everybody scream. Do that. Let me know if you're chiming in. Please let me know your thoughts on like your thoughts around business, why you enjoy it, why you think it's fun, why you think it's good to be a part of. I want to learn from you just as much as I'm learning from everybody. Oh snap! Doom, 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 doom. There we go. Oh, let me show the work. 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 What it take? What it take? What it take to be successful? What it take to succeed? What it take? What it take? I want to play something, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Okay, this was already not uploaded, but that got done downloading. Add post. I think what I'm going to do, since I'm doing this 90-day challenge, is really just post a lot of clips around this challenge. A lot of clips around this challenge. Cause it was some great moments there, and what I normally do is that I post like different videos from the previous day, and I think it would just be a lot easier if I just post so many different clips from the previous day, because it'll help me just stay consistent. I'm thinking. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Excuse me. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. What's one business lesson that has really changed how you think? That is good. 90-day challenge. Editing. We're gonna save that. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. If you want to be consistent, you have to be willing to do the work that's born. Because this is born. But, it has so much volume. Hold on. Just yesterday, I was thinking to start streaming while I learn and grow, even read books on streaming. Words and inspiration can come from anybody, anywhere, anytime, and you can really position yourself differently. So hopefully I inspire you to go do that, to go start it, to go push yourself, to go challenge yourself, and take that risk. And eventually you will get to a point where not just thinking, you're acting on the thoughts that you already have. Psycho Hunter, I think he just replied again. Yeah, he just replied again. And you know what's crazy? Is that I was looking for a business stream where people teach and even do the same thing I was thinking about, and I didn't see any of it. All I saw was you. All I saw was your caption, and it seems like we're on the same boat. So that means we'll be the first to do it, and definitely make it, especially if you're the first to think on it and act on it. Bro, I literally thought about the same thing. And let me tell you why. Hello. I've been streaming for 2 hours, man. 2 hours, bro. Let me tell you why. Because when I was watching the streaming university, I saw so many different clips. When I tell you I saw a lot of clips, bro, I saw a lot of clips. And majority of the clips that I saw was like guys talking to women. Like there's no problem at all. Like I'm married, you know what I mean? I don't need that. But it was more so like guys talking to girls and girls talking to guys, and just flirtatious content. Not to talk bad about it or anything of the nature, but it's more so like, damn, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to learn how to talk to women like I'm already married. You know what I mean? I want to learn about business. I want to see business. I want to see business content. I want to see it from starting from point A to point B, so on and so forth. Bro, I literally thought about the same thing. And let me tell you, Post number two. Post number two. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna post the 90-day challenge with like small little different videos here and there. Excuse me, but I think the majority of my content for the next 90 days is gonna be around a 90-day challenge. While that download, send this to my. Alright. Your content does not need to be perfect. Let me share. Your content does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. And it does that again. God, dog. Let me see. Rotate left. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. Day 2 recap of 90-day challenge 2. Day 2 recap. 90-day podcast business. 90-day recap to grow podcast business. Yesterday was about laying the foundation. Yesterday was about laying the foundation. Laying the foundation. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yesterday was about. Foundation. Having a strong base will boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. Save. Day 2. Add. Living the Okay. Let me. Connect. Um, where is? I got a message from. I remember trying to post on Social Pilot, and I got this message saying that I didn't have two audio files or something, and that was confusing. So now I gotta go and look for the email, or just put Social Pilot. May 24th, 27th. God, where? Where is this email? Mm, mm, mm. I I'm trying to find this email because I got the notification saying the same thing yesterday. Action required. Okay, let's see. No. Okay. There we go. Understand facing issues. Upload video to Instagram. Hello, Ross. Mm, 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 mm. Forward to speaking with you soon. Oh my God. Now they ain't working. Side note, when y'all try to figure out and communicate and send different things to different people or different companies, it does not work. That's the most frustrating part about this crap. It could be frustrating. matter of fact, I think on Instagram, whenever I just post the regular what you calls, let me see. I'm just gonna schedule it. 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 Alright. There we go. More options, more options. Alright, there we go. Okay. Schedule that. Schedule that one. Download this one. Alright, so what I'm doing right now, I'm finished posting for the day. I have up to 3 different posts scheduled at this time. And my goal is to do around 8. Mm-hmm. Generate. Alright, there we go. Save. There we go. Calendar. 28. Alright, so now I'm gonna take a break right now from posting, and then we're gonna get back to the website and updating it, so that way I can start running tests and showing what we're going to be doing. So I posted 4 different videos, if I'm not mistaken, 4 different videos. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna post one more. I'm gonna post one more. A lot of people like, man, I don't remember when I made my first $100,000. I don't remember when I made my first million. But if you're in business and can't take payments, you have no business. I struggled with the business that I was having. Oh, right here. I struggled. I struggled Okay.
Fortunately enough, she was like, you know what? I support your challenge. I support what you're doing. I just want to make it as a donation. And instead of me taking it on my website, instead of me taking it on on the website that I had it that I was making, she just zelled it to me. She zelled it to my business account, and I was like, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because people see your effort. People see you trying. People see that you don't have everything figured out. The great thing about this is what I've recently
That is actually pretty good right there.
challenge. I support what you're doing. I say had it that I was making. She just zelled it to me. She zelled it to my business account, and I was like, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because people see people see people see your effort.
There we go. Export, download. It's 9:30. Okay, let's get it. Excuse me. Okay. We getting it, we getting it, we getting it. It's crazy. You can't it's okay. I'm gonna post one more. Then I'm about to really get to work. Well, I'm actually working, but content is important. Content is important, but you also have to not just only focus on the content. You have to focus on everything. So that's my goal: is to focus on everything and show the behind the scenes, what it takes to succeed. Why am I doing particular things? Why is this important? Why am I focusing on it? Well, when you focus on your business has to be the focus of everything that you're doing. So, I'm prioritizing my day. I'm prioritizing my time. And what we're going to do next, we're going to be finishing up the webinar and then set up the ads so that way I can start running and start bringing customers in. And I start showing when the customers start coming in. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. So I got some post scheduled for today. I got some post scheduled for today, and yeah, now about to finishing up this webinar of the funnels page, funnel page. Who just strategy something used to clients without burnout. Wait, I didn't update this? Come on. What is going on? What? Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. Alright, so now what I'm looking at the webinar and I'm looking to make sure that this is good. This funnel is great, and I gotta update the questionnaire. Excuse me. I gotta update the questionnaire so that way people can actually fill out the questionnaire. Okay. Oh, before I do that, hold on. Oh yeah, I can't see what I'm doing. Before I do that, I need to update these questions. Alright, so when I'm doing, I'm updating the screenshot, and then as I'm updating, I'm taking the screenshot so I can update this. And as I'm about to update this, I'm going to show and focus on the questions so I can collect and understand my customers' problems. What are they struggling with? What are they going through? And how can we potentially help them? So that way we can see that we know how to help them. Like these. For each question. Okay, there we go. And what this is going to do, I'm actually looking to see, get questions that I can ask potential customers that will come through the funnel, and then this is going to help me position and collect information for my customers. Okay. Okay, here we go. Focus on consistent fun. Okay, so what I just did right now, what I'm in the process of doing, asking ChatGPT, is to have it only focus on podcasters who struggling to stay consistent. The options that it gave me is were options around starting a podcast, monetizing a podcast, growing a podcast, and so on and so forth. There's different problems different there's different problems that come with different solutions, but I'm looking to solve one particular problem, which is helping podcasters be more consistent. And when I'm able to not only narrow down, I know what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for different pain points. I'm not looking for different problems. I'm looking for one problem I can solve to the T. And as I'm solving it to the T, I'm able to position myself differently. Learning how to solve a problem more consistently more will help me have more customers because I can do the one thing repeatable, and do it often. So that's what I did there. That's why I typed that message in. Give me a message pertaining podcasters who struggle with being consistent, and this is what it gave me right now. I haven't started yet because I don't know how to stay consistent. Here we go. There we go. When you excuse me. There we go. This is good. This is good. Here we go. Oh. Mm-mm. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, I'm updating my prices so that way I can work with the right customers who can afford and have the money to not only work with me, but can actually pay for the services I'm looking to offer. And what this is going to do is going to weed out people. It's going to eliminate people who don't have the budget to invest in the podcast, don't necessarily understand the importance behind it, and it's gonna eliminate the people that's not willing to invest in their podcast. And so this is going to help not only Not eliminate the people that don't necessarily qualify because I can't help everybody, but I know exactly who I want to help. Or podcasters who struggle with being consistent, who are established business owners because business owners already have a business, already understand the importance of content creation and understand the marketing, and they need more awareness, they need more attention, they need more customers. So that's my focus. That's my narrow focus on who I'm working with, who I'm looking to work with, because it's more so of me working with a small group of individuals who understand what podcasting would do for their business, their development, and their impact. There we go. Different webinar invite paths. Okay, there we go. Okay, where are you in your podcasting consistency journey? And I'm gonna start running ads today. Like I'm start put money into it, and I'm going to run some ads. And what ads is I'm going on Facebook advertising to run it. And what I'm doing now, I'm updating the website because I'm getting everything situated so that way we can go through it, we can go over it, and we'll be straight. There we go. There we go. And then this is going to be other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Editing. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. You'll check this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm, questions. Challenges. Just waiting. Content log, just waiting. How the challenges such as having a backlog of content, having a backlog, posting, and and one of these questions having challenges such as having backlog content, not posting that even for 2 hours post, which takes a lot of time. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Yep, that's it. What's causing the biggest challenge? There we go. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. Go. Speak that language. Yep. Okay. Now so there we go. Biggest challenge. If you could take a snow, it unlock for you. Okay. Okay. This is going great. This is going great. There we go. Wait. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. There we go. Kind of support. What I'm doing, I gotta show this. I'm not even showing it. I'm showing the born work. This is born. This is born. There we go. Okay. There we go. 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 If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Since it's not easy, everybody ain't gonna do it, which is gonna give you an advantage. Sure is. It sure is. It sure is. It sure is. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, okay, okay. Do, 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 do. Okay. Hmm. It is. This is Sparta. I've been streaming for a whole hour. Let's go. Mm-mm-mm. Wait, hold on. That ain't what I wanted. 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 There we go. 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 What budget? Oh. Ah. Jesus. Excuse me. Okay. Got those. Gonna save that. Oh, I need to change that. Jeez Louise. Okay. Update this. Please update this. Update this. Next week. Um, Oh snap! That is. Oh god. Oh, that is. Okay. Checklist for what? Where's the checklist at? Okay. Let me come back to the camera right quick and explain what I've been doing because I've just been typing away, typing away, typing away, typing away. And so what's so important? What's so important at this time is that I set up different systems, different ways that I can continue to reach out to different customers, different market myself. So that way, people can have a place to go. People can register for webinars and so on and so forth. My goal is to grow a podcasting business. Excuse me, grow a podcast business within the next 90 days. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use paid advertising. I'm going to use social media. I'm going to use in-person events. And I'm going to use different ways to put myself out there so I can get more customers, get more attention, and really bring more people into my world, my ecosystem. Because one thing that stops a lot of people is that they don't have a lot of people in their world. One thing that stopped me, my first 90-day challenge, was that I was so overwhelmed with everything that I was doing. I wasn't doing everything that I needed to do to make the goal, to hit the goal, to hit the target, and really help more people. And during that time, I was helping entrepreneurs launch their podcast. Nonetheless, it's going to help me communicate well, have more customers, and potentially make more money based off the amount of outreach I'm going to be doing, the amount of communicating I'm going to be doing with different clients, different customers, and speaking to the pain point. Like, can I solve this problem? Do you have this problem? Moreover, do you know somebody that have this problem? Because a lot of podcasters struggle. There's over 5 million podcasters out there, and there's only 10% that hit more than 20 episodes. And understanding that there's a process that you have to go through, understanding how to be consistent will help you get to the next phase. So my ideal group of people that I'm looking to serve are the ones that are already established. They have a business, they have a podcast, but they can't stay consistent with their podcast, with their content, podcast creation, because they have a lot of things going on. I want to replace the podcasting consistency so that way they can continue to do what they love to do. And so it's so important. I want to do like a teaching moment right now. My pen is charged up. Pen is charged up, and now we're gonna go over like some teaching moments. Like what did I just do? Why was that important? Why wasn't I talking as much? There's a lot of things that that you can see, but a lot of things that you can't see as well, because I have to make sure that the information is open, but it's also kept private on certain levels as well. So, real quick, I always write this at the bottom of whatever you're doing. Learned this from a course. Alright, so alright, so what we're about to go over. Hold on, let me. Hold on. go. All right, so what we're about to go over is websites slash funnels. So when I first learned about funnels, it was overwhelming because there was so many different things that I was learning all at once, and not knowing that you have to go through the process of getting customers. You have to find a way to get customers, to keep customers, to communicate with customers. And until I start to understand what a funnel actually consisted of, there was levels that I didn't fully understand. Like the top level, that's not even what a funnel look like. Hold on, I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna do that one again. This is a funnel. Whatever. They both the same thing. Attention. You have to have attention first. And I've recently learned this from the mentorship that I'm in and from school, from a billionaire named Grant Cardone, from Russell Brunson, from Myron Golden. So I learned this from different people. Neo Davis, him 500. I learned these from different people. Is that yes, it's okay to have attention, but if you have no place for people to go, for people to come, for people to work with you, how can you potentially get to the next level of really start acquiring customers and making money from it? And so the first step is attention. What is attention? Attention, I'm gonna come down here, is posting, speaking, going on to podcasts, going on the radio, and essentially and promoting. Reason why that is so important is because if you don't have people that's watching you, if you don't have attention, if you're not talking about what you are doing, people are not going to be interested because they have no idea what you're doing. But when I first did my 90-day challenge, I was recording, I was documenting, I was posting, but I forgot about the business part of it. I forgot to reach out to customers more frequent, more often, and on a consistent basis. It wasn't the fact that I didn't know how to reach out to people. It was more so, how can I reach out to people with the product that I'm looking to offer? The different customers that I was working with, or different people that I was trying to work with, some of the people had different problems. Some of the different had different issues that they was going through. And I'm like, man, I'm not offering that because I'm only offering services on how to launch your podcast. And what I didn't recognize was that, yes, me being focused, me being narrow, me being simple to the point where I can help others, it hurt me because I was helping people that didn't need the help of getting confident on camera, of launching a podcast, and having the tools and equipment for them. It wasn't until I sat down with Diane. Her name is Diane from Action Zone, and she has her own business. Action Zone is a veterans-owned nonprofit where they teach entrepreneurs how to launch their business, grow their business, and be more clear on who they would like to serve. Diane from Action Zone has her own business, and it's called Boss Lady. I think what it's called, Boss Agency. And she's a social media manager. And one day, when I was volunteering with Action Zone, when I was going down at Ybor City, I'm going down to different places, and one day me and Diane ended up having a conversation. And it was as we were sitting down across from one another, it was kind of like a consultation. And at first, I'm like, I don't know how to position this. And she was like, okay, so walk me through your services. What do you do? What do you offer? And how can you help me? I said, well, I would ask you like, have you ever launched a podcast before? And then she would be like, yes, I have. So what? How can you help me? I'm like, well, to be honest, that's how I help. I help you launch your podcast. If you already launch your podcast, I don't think I can help you because that's the only way I help you. Like I only help you launch your podcast. And she was like, well, I'm not struggling with confidence on camera or getting confidence on camera. I'm not struggling with finding topics to speak about. I'm not struggling on how to show up and deliver value. I'm not struggling in that area. What I am struggling with is managing the content, is managing the videos that I'm producing, is managing the podcast. That's what I'm struggling with. And not knowing that she was helping me understand more about how to help her, I didn't know and fully understand that I could help her. So I had doubt in my mind, even though that we was talking and she was walking me through different ways that I can help her, different ways that I can help her situation. I didn't see it within myself. I didn't see how I can help her. And so it was so challenging and overwhelming. So I'm like, but I'm offering podcast services to help you launch your podcast. And it wasn't it was difficult to shift and to pivot on how I could help her because I wasn't confident on how I can help her. When you have confidence in what you are doing based off the process that you're creating for yourself, when you're working with others, all you're doing is using the way that you're doing or using the system that you're created to help them because you're helping yourself. Diane taught me that launching your podcast is not really a problem. It's a problem, but it's not that big of a problem. I'm gonna bring this one down. It's a small problem. And I say small because when you go around different people, how many times have you ever heard somebody say, I want to launch my podcast, I want to start my podcast, I want to impact people for my podcast? There's a lot of people that start their podcast. So 5 million different podcasts. Starting the podcast is not the problem because 90% of people can start their podcast. Where the issue comes from, where the problem comes from, is that the 10% who has launched their podcast, who has built the confidence, who has built the structure, they lack the consistency because they have to do everything by themselves. And not knowing how I can help people on a continuous basis, it became challenging for me because I'm like, man, I'm thinking people just need their podcast launched. People want to launch their podcast. Like I literally can meet somebody today and they'd be like, yeah, I've been thinking about launching my podcast for quite some time. And you came at the perfect time. And we talk next week and it'd be like, I launched my podcast. It was perfect time because you sparked it. But I sparked it without even getting a customer, not knowing that launching your podcast is not really a big problem. It's not a problem that people stay up late at night for. Because when you start the process, when you start recording, you start putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, you're launching your podcast. So I'm like, man, how can I really position myself differently? And then I got accepted to this other program, this other mentorship program. And I had 2 hours to pitch to them. I had 2 hours to present my business to them. Like, what is the business? What do we do? How do we go about doing it? And the importance behind it. And so from the very first time, from the very start of the presentation, I'm literally talking about the business. I'm literally talking about launching the podcast, how we help others, how we help entrepreneurs launch the podcast. I'm talking about it. I'm throwing out the stats according to Buzzsprout, with 90% of podcasters what is called quit after episode 3. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of information. And so I'm just presenting. And they gave me feedback, they gave me different questions, they gave me different things to think about. And they say, so who are you serving? And I say, well, I'm serving Tampa Bay. I'm in Tampa. I say I'm serving Tampa Bay entrepreneurs who want to launch their podcast. I said, I think that's a good market because there's a lot of people. There's over 5 million different podcasts. There's people launch their podcasts every day. So I think it's a good market for me to go into. I think it's a good area for me to be around. And then they asking me questions. They ask me questions. They ask me questions. And then later on, as I started watching different courses, watching the book that they told me to read, and as I'm reading it, it explains that the problem has to be bigger than you think, because the problem that they're struggling with, they have no way to overcome it. They have no way to research it. They have no way to get rid of it. Launching a podcast is not really a big problem. What about staying consistent? Only 10% of people stay consistent from after launching the podcast, according to Buzzsprout and an additional articles based off podcasting. 10% of people get past episode 3. The reason why that's so amazing is because I had to narrow my focus down. It's not just about the 5 million podcasters. It's the 10% that I can help. What does that mean? 5 million. About to pull out my calculator. 5 million. 100,000 million. 5 million times 10. Let's say times 10 is 500,000. As a matter of fact, let's just go even narrower. 5 million. Make sure that's 5 million. 5 million times 0.01%. And that's 50,000 people. That's 50,000 people. That's literally 5 million divided by 0.1%. You get 50,000 people. Why is that important? Why is that important? Well, that's important That's important because 50,000 is less than 5 million. Can you imagine trying to reach out to 5 million people? Can you imagine that? You see, when you narrow your focus down, the way you communicate to a smaller group of people will be a lot different than you communicate to a larger group of people. This right here is going to help you have more focus. I'm reading this book right now, I'm listening to this book right now, and it's called Do More Faster. The faster I can get to 50,000 people using social media, the faster I can get to customers that will need my service because I have the attention. It goes back to the funnel that I was talking about earlier, is that when you have attention, you have to have attention. You have to have ways that you communicate with your customers. You have to have attention. People have to understand who you are. They have to know who you are. And the more people who know who you are, eventually they will start to go down the funnel. And when they go down the funnel, the next step is they find interest in what you're doing. They want to, they want to sign up on your website, sign up on your funnel, and really find a way to work with you more. So now, not only do you have attention, you have customers who are interested. Interested in what? You have customers who are interested. And when they're interested, they want to sign up for your program. They want to read your books. They want to watch your videos. They want to learn more about you. It take an average. It take a person. Average. I saw this from. His name is Brandon Dawson. He's with the 10X movement, and he proceeds to say it takes up to 7 to 8 hours of people watching your videos to learn, to like, know, and trust you. 7 hours is a long, long time. I literally went almost 4 hours streaming yesterday, and it was a long, long time. But just imagine the customers that's willing to learn more about you, what you have to offer, how you can help them, how you can make them better. But they have to know who you are based off the attention that you're getting from the promotion that you're doing. And when your customers are likely to learn more about you, you said something, you sparked something, you inspired in a way where people are willing to follow you, learn from you, and understand what you have to offer. My biggest problem during the 90-day challenge was that I didn't really have nothing to offer. Yes, I was trying to help entrepreneurs launch their business or launch their podcast. Other than that, that was the only thing that I had. I had maybe 1 or 2 courses. I didn't know how to promote the courses. I didn't know how to advertise the courses. And so I had one thing I was working on, which was helping entrepreneurs launch their podcast. Now, here's the problem. Even though I only had one thing that I was offering, one thing that I was focused on, one thing that I was trying to position and put myself out there as, it became a challenge because everyone didn't need the solution I was offering. I had so many people online be like, man, all you got to do is solve a problem. All you got to do is solve the right problem. The right problem, you'll be able to make more money. I'm like, what's the right problem? I thought I had the right problem. I thought my problem was bigger enough. I thought I can help a lot more people launch their podcasts. But as I'm doing a 90-day challenge, it became a lot challenging because I'm not able to make a lot of money from it. Because I only made $217. But the money that I made, I had invested back into the business and I was left with $10 and some change. Why am I sharing this? Because you have to be willing to find a problem that majority of the 50,000 people are struggling with. I'm going to go back to the page. That the 50,000 people are struggling with, because if you can help, let's just say 1% of 50,000 divide by, I'll put it right here, 0.01% equals, and I'm gonna come back right here, go back to my calculator. 50,000 divided by 0.1% is, oh, wait. That was the wrong way. 50,000 times 0.1%. Times, okay, my bad, times 0.1%. Yeah, that's 500 people equals 500 people. Let's just say 50,000 times 0.10%. Divide by 10%. That is $5,000. I'm sorry, 5,000 people. And what the 1% slash 10% is the amount of customers that is willing to do business with you. With you. That goes off the principle that we talked about yesterday. Zay, if you have $100 trying to reach 5 million people, your money is going to be stretched thin because it's like a penny per person if you're going out to 5 million people. Whereas if you're going for 50,000 people or 5,000 people or 500 people, your $100 will go a lot further because your group your audience is a lot smaller than you can ever imagine. Why is that important? Because the more you focus, the more people will be willing to learn more about what you have going on. You don't need everybody, but you need the right people. You need the right people. And the right people are going to buy from you. They're going to learn from you. They're going to trust you because you're speaking the language that you can help them, that you value them, that you respect them, that you know that you can help them. And it goes back to the previous page. So when you have attention, then you have customers, and then once you get customers, hello, where it go? Once you get customers, 1, 2, 3, they start buying from you. Start buying. And what this means is that they go from hearing you for the first time to learning more about your content to really liking what you're doing. And as they're liking what you're doing, they start to buy with you. They start to build a relationship with you. My first client, in fact, my first client was Sherry Van Loo. And during that time, she wasn't even my client. We both trying to figure out what was going on. And so when we had the call, we had probably 6-week training, or not necessarily 6-week training, 6-week private training. And during this time, I'm trying to figure out how I can help her. I didn't know how I can help her. I didn't know what we was going to go over, but I knew something can come from this. And as we was talking, the first conversation, I said, listen, I was putting together a content calendar. It's crazy. It's crazy. What I'm doing today, I was doing back then, but I'm doing it with more focus and more clarity. So that was just a thought that came to my mind. Like, wow, that's actually pretty crazy. I digress. As we was working together, before we even had our first call, I'm on the computer trying to put it together. As a matter of fact, I'm about to see if I can look it up right quick. Not private information. No. Not private information. But I'm about to try to look up and see if I can find that calendar that I was working on for Sherry Van Loo. Because one thing that stops a lot of people is not knowing how to do it. But I wasn't aware of how to do it. I struggled with that. And she gave me the opportunity of being able to work with her. And as I was creating the opportunity, creating the calendar link, the content calendar, it was more so of like, what is it for? Why is it there? And as I'm putting it together, our first call we had, I said, listen. I said, no, when she came on, she was like, I need the system. I need to learn how to do the system. And I just explained to her, I said, listen, we're not going to go over the system. We're going to go over how you could become better, how you can become great, how you can develop for yourself. And over time, over the course of the weeks that we was having the calls, you can literally see how she was changing and developing and shifting her mindset. It was more so that when we met at a conference. And we met at a conference, I don't know how we kept in contact. I have no idea from that. But the attention came from that conference because I was just talking a lot. I was talking a lot. And we just ended up working together weeks after that. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to charge you. I have no idea what I'm going to charge. I don't even know. I'm not even looking for payment. I'm looking I just want to help you. I just want to help. That's what I'm looking to. I just want to help. And so that's what I did. I just want to help. And so it got to a point where we started conversing online and we ended up working together. And I just explained, like, you don't need the system. The system gonna always be there. But if you can become better than the system, when you're ready for the system will meet you where you are at because you have already developed. And it was surprising to me because I didn't even understand what just happened. I went to a conference. I spoke a lot. They asked questions. I was answering the questions. I just answered it. I answered the questions. And then later on down the line, it goes back to I can't find the content calendar. I can't. Oh, that was going to be good. I can't find the content calendar. I'm gonna know what it's called. But let me go back. And so as I was going over, so I had the attention. When I had the microphone, I was answering the questions. I was just answering the questions because I knew the answer to the question. I had a different perspective. I had my outlook of it. And then where it got even more exciting, was when I was able to work with her. I was able to work with her. And it positioned me differently because one, I didn't even know how to help her. But I figured it out. And as people start becoming your customers and clients, they want to pay you. They want to spend money with you. They want to share with you a token of appreciation. Cause at that time I didn't even know what to charge. I'm still learning what to charge. And so towards the end of our session, she just sent $100. I said, "What you didn't have to do that. I was just trying to help. Like I just wanted to help." And when you get to the fourth setting, the fourth page, the fourth step of the funnel is that instead of clients, they become friends. Why? Because they know, like, and trust you. Know, like, and trust you. And when friends know, like, and trust you, they want to keep going through the funnel. They want to keep going through the funnel. I just recognize that while actually talking about it. Now I understand why people be like, you learn more when you teach because things just come out of the order or out of the blue. Like I literally just it just made sense to me how attention can literally build long-term relationships, help you make an impact, and help you make money. That's crazy. I wasn't even. Dang, that's crazy. I talked to my class, not classmate. I talked to my homeboy. I played football with him yesterday, and I spoke to my other homeboy from Little Rock, Arkansas, last week, and they both said the exact same thing. They said, "You never know who's watching, but keep showing up because the people who are watching are the people that's going to support you." That literally just made sense to me. And see, the reason why it just made sense to me is because you don't know who you're impacting. Every time I'm posting videos, every time I get up and speak, every time I go to different locations, you don't know who you're going to impact. You don't know who's going to come to you and say, or to say that your message helped me. Your voice helped me. Your presence helped me. Oh my. That's crazy. That's crazy. The more attention you have, now this breakdown, it is crazy. Let me come back to the screen. I didn't even know I was blocking my face. Hold on. That breakdown was completely. I wasn't even thinking of that. What happens many times in life is that you have to be willing to show up. You have to be willing to be consistent. You have to be willing to focus on making a difference, making an impact, because many times in life you never know who's going to watch you. And my dog that I spoke with yesterday, we played football together. I was 2 years older than him. And he literally said that I was always around y'all and just saw how y'all moved. And I just asked him, like, bro, like, how did I inspire you? And he literally said, you always saw the good in people. You don't judge them. You don't talk about it. You just always accept the good in people. And it hit me today. That you never know who's watching you, because the ones who's watching you are the ones who's going to support you. And that's crazy. Like I literally just had a thought come to my mind, and like, man, now I understand. Now understand the importance of this 90-day challenge. Oh my goodness. The importance of this 90-day challenge is not just to grow a podcast business to make $100,000. No. The purpose of this podcast, of this 90-day challenge, is to be consistent. It's to show up daily. It's to show up in and day out. It's to be focused. It's to show what's possible. It's to show what can happen. It's to demonstrate from going from zero to going to the next level to going to the next level. What does it take? It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of focus. Yes, that's good and all, but it takes a lot of consistency. People only see you when you're consistent. You can't be consistent. You can't make a difference. You can't make money if you're not consistent. Now I get it. You never know who's watching you. But for the ones that's watching you, they will support you. Ooh, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Yeah, dog, that's hard. Dang. So, I digress. Oh, snap. What's going on? Hold on. Oh, I got the wrong one. There we go. There we go. So, the website and funnels. Oh, Diane, going back to Diane. Diane helped me understand that launching a podcast isn't a big problem that people are struggling with, because it's easy to launch a podcast. If you got a laptop, you got a phone, you got a microphone, you record, you launch your podcast. It's easy, but it's difficult to stay consistent. So shout out to you, Diane, from Boss Agency. The lessons that we went over back then and the calls that we had just hit me today. So I appreciate it. And so 1% is always better. There we go. Everyone is not going to be your customers, but for the ones that are your customers, they will support what you have going on. So what I just recently did, I just updated the webinar funnels. Let me come back. Okay, so what I just recently finished and accomplished is that I updated my webinar, my funnel, so that way I can start bringing in customers to sign up for different webinars, different things that I have going on, and I can collect different information about them to learn more about what they are struggling with when it comes to podcasting, what they are facing, what they are going through. This is going to help me not only speak to the problem, but it's going to help me communicate to the problem more effectively, because I know how to solve a problem of podcasters not being consistent. I learned it, I discovered it, and I understand why that's important. You have to find a way to be consistent. Find a way to be consistent, and over time it will pay off. That's crazy. What a great lesson. What a great lesson. I wasn't even expecting to learn something like that. What? That's crazy. Let me see. Okay, well, I don't have it. That's cool. That is cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna finish updating the webinars. I'm gonna finish updating the webinar, and then I'm gonna start running ads to it. Oh, as a matter of fact, I have to record a congratulations video for the people who signed up for it. Now I gotta check the checklist. Hold on. Relax. Ooh. Alright. Let me see here. Alright. I need to keep track of what I'm doing. So what I'm about to do now, I'm about to create a document. I don't already have it. Here we go. Alright, so I have the document already created, already organized, or not necessarily organized, but I'm about to organize it right now so I can keep track of everything I'm doing and what I need to do next, and so I'm not just guessing on how to go about doing it. So this right here is gonna be something different. This is day 1. 90-day challenge to make 90-day challenge to podcast business. Day 1, a 90-day challenge to get a podcast business making 100K 90 days. With a podcast making $100,000. Date is May. That one was 27. Retro. Recap. Recap, planning. Day 1, 90-day challenge with 90 days. Planning, stand up presentation, recap, customer call. Actions completed. Actions completed, recap. Actions completed. Okay, here we go. Okay, Let's see. There we go. To-do list. To-do list. Completed. Completed work from yesterday.
Eyeballs, partner.
Okay, completed work from yesterday. Ugh. Updated webinar funnel. Updated webinar funnel to match the consistency message. Mm-hmm. Updated webinar funnel to match consistency message so that stream 3 hours. Social media. Updated webinar funnel. Taught the basics of email. Okay. This is going good. Okay, day one, posted sometime. Email communicating with your customers. day. Let's see. Let's duplicate this one. Malik. Mm-hmm. Uh, come in, update. Dang. Day 2, completed work from yesterday. Task to complete today. Thing live. Stream. Growing your business. That's good. That's good. Complete day 2. Stay consistent. Happy podcasters. Happy podcasters. Stay consistent. Happy podcasters. Stay consistent. Alright, so now I need to set up ad campaign. There we go. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back to it. Okay, we got that. Now I just gotta figure out what checklist. I need to match. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. Doesn't match. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's the second picture. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Say if he. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. No, I need the arrow. Top yep, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. What checklist is there? Need to see. Submit form. Is it right here? Okay, okay, okay. So if I let me see. Um, um, Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to do the what is it? I'm updating the funnels, but I have a question about how to when a customer submit their information. Can I just press submit, or would it be better just to take them to the other page? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a short break, and then I'm gonna go live again, and then I'll be right back. No, no, I ain't. I don't need to. I don't need to. The setting up everything is a lot. Jesus Christ, it's a lot. Like I thought I had everything set up, but then there are some things I don't have set up. But I'm gonna get to a point where, really, I want to get to a point where I start paying for paid advertising, and then getting customers to this funnel, and then start doing webinars, and then really closing out different, not necessarily closing out, but really helping others be more consistent with their podcast. So I'm going to do that right quick, and then I'm going to come and jump back on shortly.